It's hard to say what exactly haunts this lighthouse.
His son Seth drowned in the river when he was 5 years old.
That's not the wind, is it? That sounded like footsteps.
They made over 300 rescues during that time.
You afraid?
Oh, God. I feel like I'm about to pass out.
Really?
Yes.
All right, we are in Cleveland, Ohio, and this is gonna be an exciting investigation. It's something different, something we haven't done for like 2 years.
Yeah, very exciting.
We are actually going to be investigating a lighthouse. Now, if you remember from our previous episode up at the Dunkirk Lighthouse in New York, lighthouses have a very strong supernatural history with them. There's a lot of people that believe the beacon of the light can actually call the spirits of sailors that were trapped in shipwrecks or passed away in shipwrecks, can draw them to the light, to the lighthouse, and that their spirits then find their way to the shore. I mean, it's all really interesting stories. I don't know if it's true, but it's definitely interesting.
It is very interesting. I mean, that's how we found our way up to the lighthouse, all the way from our house, as we saw that beacon of light going. So
That's right. Just follow the light, people. Follow the light to the lighthouse.
you have to.
And this is an interesting haunting in and of itself because it has something that I don't know that we've ever actually had in relation to the ghost stories, the previous reports of paranormal activity in a location.
What's that?
We have inside this Fairport Harbor lighthouse has stories of a ghost cat.
Oh, snap.
So, you know what this means? This means we can forget everything about cat balls that we know. They're usable again.
Cat balls are back on the scene, everybody. Oh, stop
Stop
sign!
sign!
Sorry.
Ooh, that one snuck up on us.
Whoops. There it is.
There it is, everyone. Wow. It says it's about 60 feet high and has the lighthouse keeper's house attached to it.
Oh, yeah.
That is so cool.
We're here.
We made it. So, let's go ahead and head inside, meet up with someone who is a historical expert on the history of this lighthouse, maybe hear some of the history of how this place actually came to be, maybe if there's any stories of someone who might actually haunt this lighthouse. Let's go find out about this ghost cat.
Let's go feed it some treats. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Actually, if you look through this harbor, there were 5 different lighthouses that were here. Although most people remember the 2 that were up here on the hill, because the first lighthouse was built here in 1825. And that was also the year that the Erie Canal was opened between Albany and Buffalo, New York. And that's when things started happening quite a bit around here. We had the piers out at the end of the river, and on the East Pier in 1838, they built another lighthouse out there that they called the Beacon Light. And actually, between that beacon light and this light on the hill, many boats used that as a range to come into the harbor. As the years went by, things started to deteriorate, and then the second lighthouse was built here on the hill, which is the lighthouse, the building, the tower that is here right now. And it went into operation in 1871.
One of the biggest problems of these port towns were shipwrecks. Hundreds of people had to be rescued from their boats and vessels. And if you think about those that were rescued and those that didn't make it, there could be ghosts that wander these shores along the lake, haunting these small port towns. And the perfect place to come and find refuge was a lighthouse.
Our life-saving station started here in 1876. And George Francis Babcock, who was the brother of the lighthouse keeper, actually was the captain of the life-saving station for most of the 1800s. If you go through the rec reports, we went through and counted up the number of times they went out, and they made over 300 rescues during that time.
Some of the various people that they think might haunt this lighthouse are the former lighthouse keepers that took care of the light and the tower to make sure it was lit all the time. Their families. There was even some tragedy amongst the lighthouse keeper's family that may have led to some of the hauntings and paranormal activity here within the Fairport Harbor Lighthouse.
Robbie Babcock, the young son of Joseph Babcock, and Joseph and Mary Babcock, haunts the place too. And Frank Babcock, who is the captain of the life-saving station, Frank was Joseph's brother. His son Seth drowned in the river when he was 5 years old. I think it was 1886. So I think maybe he might be around too, not just Robbie.
It's hard to say what exactly haunts this lighthouse. The paranormal activity might not only stem from the families and the tragedies that occurred within these walls. This is also a museum. There's artifacts that might relate to some of the tragic shipwrecks and things throughout this lake's history. I will say that maybe some of the things we'll pick up on, maybe there's paranormal activity attached to some of the artifacts here in the museum.
The other thing that we have here that's pretty interesting is the clock from the steamer Eastland. And the steamer Eastland was the biggest tragedy on the Great Lakes. The Eastland rolled over at the dock in Chicago, and over 800 people drowned. The way the bell system would work to tell time, they used bells because you could hear the bells pretty well on the boats, no matter what kind of stuff was flopping around on the sails or the wind was blowing and stuff like that. At 12 o'clock, you'd hear 8 bells. That would be the end of one watch and the beginning of another watch. And so you'd switch places, the people that were down below taking a rest, back up on deck working, and vice versa. If you've ever been to a funeral for a sailor, you might have heard them ring 8 bells, which indicates the end of the watch.
We've been to many haunted places, all with their own unique and exciting ghost stories. But it's interesting coming to a place like this where the most infamous ghost story relating to this location is not that of a human, but actually a small little ghost cat.
In the late 1800s, Mary Babcock was the wife of the lighthouse keeper, and she had quite a few cats. And her son had passed away, Robbie, of smallpox, and she was bedridden later on in her life. She had a lot of cats. One of her favorite cats was a gray cat, and so happened when she passed away, the cat also disappeared. Flash forward to 2001, I think it was, somewhere in that area. We're putting air conditioning into the museum. The fellow that was working in the crawl space underneath the room that used to be the kitchen, where the cat used to hang out, looks over and there's this mummified cat laying next to him. And one of our older members, Jack Lasco, well, he remembers when Pam Brent was a curator here, and she told a story of seeing a ghost cat. And she told the story of feeling it jump up on her bed, seeing it walk down the hallway, and so forth. And she had told that story to a lady named Eleanor Dwyer, who writes about lighthouses. And one of the chapters in Eleanor Dwyer's book, The Ghost Cat of Fairport Harbor. Finally got a name. They had a contest to name the cat, and they named the cat Sentinel.
Maybe tonight on our investigation, we'll capture proof of our own that a little feline friend still runs around this museum. Is that you?
I'm not doing anything.
Oh no, it's at the top of the stairs. The REM pod at the top of the stairs is going off. Hello? Whoa. Rolling, this is Ryan getting ready for abandonment. The REM pod here at the top of the stairs is going off. If you like that red light, you can touch it, whoever this is. Feel free to grab a hold of it, pick it up. You can push it down the stairs if you want.
There we go.
Yeah, that was really weird. I don't know. I heard it. I heard the REM pod, and then all of a sudden it was... All right, well, let's go set up the tower. Popping that out. I'm just going to leave this like that for right now so we can do this.
Dave, audio abandonment.
All right, Ryan, audio abandonment. Still rolling from the thing. All right, so we are getting ready to leave these cameras set up for about an hour while we leave the lighthouse completely empty. Not only the lighthouse, but the lighthouse keeper's quarters over there.
Yes.
We have 2 cameras in the lighthouse keeper's quarters. In the more active areas, we have one in the display room that connects to the pilot's house, which is an area that has a lot of activity seen, plus it has those chimes. We have a camera pointing down the hallway where it can get down the stairs into the basement, and where it can also actually see back that hallway towards the front door.
Yeah, so that REM pod was already going off there.
It was, and when the REM pod was going off, the vice president of the organization, Bill, actually told us an interesting story, funny enough, when we were standing in there talking about how he was painting in there the other day and heard someone pounding on the basement door. So it's odd the REM pod was going off there in that moment.
But also, like I was telling Ryan on the way over from the quarters to the lighthouse, top of the steps would be a great place for a cat to like lie down and, you know, search. So
could be the cat.
Could have been the cat lying at the top of the stairs.
Whoa, I'm in the way. REM pod's going off right here.
Maybe that's the cat.
Maybe, or it's someone else. If you're in here, I'm going to leave something here that will let you ask questions, or that will be asking you questions, and you can talk to us through any of this equipment or use your voice, but someone will be asking you questions even though we're not here. And we're going to be using the new app that Connor developed, the Ghost Chatter app, and the voices that come through the app are simply just a way for it to generate questions while we're not here inside the building. It's not messages from spirits, it's just basically voices that you can pick from, 4 different voices, and it'll ask questions. And for the hour we're gone, this is gonna be here asking questions. So let me just get that set up here really fast.
Yeah, and while he's getting that set up, guys, I just wanted to let you know, everybody watching this video right now, you can get the Ghost Chatter app for yourself. Just go over to the iOS App Store. Android is coming soon, but right now it is available for iOS. So if you've got an iPhone, an old iPhone, or an iPad, or something like that, and you'd like to try out the Ghost Chatter, whoa!
I wasn't doing anything. I was typing on here, but I wasn't doing anything.
Right. And you want to get the Ghost Chatter app, you can try it out, especially if you're a solo investigator. That's what Connor built this for, and he was kind enough to implement sort of a part of the app that you could use for mini abandonments or abandonments in general like we do. So go grab the app right now. It's free to download, so enjoy that, you guys.
Absolutely. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put it right here on, so it's gonna be right here on this ledge right here. So you'll hear the voices asking questions. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit start isolation session. It's gonna ask a question immediately, and then the next question will come 5 minutes later, so.
But first,
Relieve That's right.
I got cramp in my neck. All right, guys, Ghost Chatter, here we go.
That's right. And we are going to start isolation.
How many of you are here?
Start isolation.
All right. We're gonna be gone. Nobody is in the lighthouse or the keeper's house.
Can you make the music on that device go off and let us know you are there? Can you make the REM pod light up to show us you're here?
I'm gonna go ahead and cancel this session. Let's go ahead and move on to the investigation. All right, Dave, we are getting ready to head inside the actual tower here at the Fairport Harbor Lighthouse.
Oh yeah.
Just got back from abandonment, and we are, we don't know exactly what we captured on abandonment while this place was empty.
We won't know until we get back home and go through all of that. Who knows? Maybe something really cool happened while we were going.
Yep, but because the tower is so narrow, there's no way we can set up a static camera, so we're just gonna go with these 2 handheld cameras and a couple pieces of equipment and investigate in here and knock it out. And then they're gonna lock the tower up, and we're gonna spend the rest of our time here in the lighthouse keeper's quarters trying to see if we can contact that kitty cat that was found.
That's right. We're gonna try.
Let's head inside here.
Let's do it. Here, I'll get the door.
Okay. Ooh, that wind is chilly.
Welcome to my lair.
That wasn't creepy or anything.
It's a big girl.
It is a hefty door.
Okay, good enough.
Good enough. I'll let you go up first here.
Oh boy.
All right. Until Dave gets the equipment set up, I'm gonna be double cameraed up on a Sunday night here.
That's right. At what point are we wanting to go in here?
Oh gosh, maybe we can set up for a couple minutes in the midpoint, and then where the abandonment camera was, and then we'll go up to the very top to end off the session and see if we can get anything up there. Not out in the wind, obviously,
Right.
but up where the lens would have been and the oil would have been refueled. Whew. There's a lot of stairs in this, and these stairs are very, I mean, look at these stairs. They are not what? Hello?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Let me take this up just a couple of steps. Okay.
There we go. We'll know if it's interference if they both go off.
Yes. Listen to that wind.
That is crazy. That lake wind. If that's you touching that, can you go ahead and get close to it again for us? My name is Ryan, and this is Dave, and we came to visit you. We wanted to see the lighthouse.
Is the light keeper here with us tonight? If you're here, can you try and touch that red or blue light for us, please? There's one in the window and one on the stairs.
Okay. That was close.
Did you almost fall?
I almost fell backwards. That would have sucked. Let me come up here on flat ground.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I'll go up a few more rungs.
Failure.
They're already speaking facts about me. Just turned Ghost Tube on and they're already speaking facts. Called me a failure.
Is the light keeper here? Can you please let us know?
Whoa. That was definitely the wind on that window pane right there, but God, that scared me. God.
Yeah, that was pretty spot on if it wasn't.
Yeah. That was that had to have been the wind, though, because it was that window pane, but that was very conveniently timed, because it was so subtle, but it was also very much a jump scare.
Yeah, that was perfect timing.
When the wind picks up that window pane.
Keys.
Keys? We don't have the keys. Marty and Bill have the keys.
I will have to remember that for when I'm reviewing abandonment.
Yes, because I guarantee you that it did that during abandonment.
For sure. We heard that there's a ghost of a cat in this lighthouse. Was that your cat? Sentinel?
Mary Babcock, you probably wouldn't be in the tower over here. Your husband was the one who took care of this, but is Joseph Babcock here? Your wife had cats. A lot of cats from what we hear. Did the cats ever help you in the lighthouse? Can someone touch that red light just like you did a few minutes ago? Or if you could come up to me and try and use this box to say your name, that would be really cool as well. Like we said, my name is Ryan and that's Dave.
Hi. How many times a day did you have to... Oops. Did you have to go up and down these steps to keep that light up there lit?
We command it.
We command the light to be lit.
Well, it's good that the light was commanded to be lit and that it stayed lit. We hear there was a light on this hill for over about 100 years. Since 1825.
It's 200 years.
Well, the light went out
Oh, yeah.
in 1929.
Yeah. They could be from the old lighthouse, though.
They could be. The lighthouse that was here from 1825 to 1871.
Okay.
You're here from the old lighthouse, huh? If that's true, can you make that light up again for us? See how it lit up green when you got close to it?
Are you one of the original light keepers?
Afterlife.
Is that what you're doing in the afterlife? Notice how that window's knocking again and the REM pod is not going off.
Right.
Because that was my first inclination, but that window had rattled multiple times without the REM pod going off.
Yeah.
So there's also a box right here that if you get close to it, it'll play music. It'd be really cool if you could walk up and make that play music for us.
And then you've also got this one right here. Look at all those lights. Here, I'll tell you what. I'll even move it up so you can have some more space. Maybe you want more space. I'll put it on the next landing. And try not to break my neck. I wonder if any of them ever fell down these stairs.
Oh, I'm sure. Because we've only been here for a couple hours and I've already fell down. I've already almost fallen down these stairs like 3 times.
Yeah.
Since we've been here. Not really, but I missed the step and, did one of those.
If you're not being cognizant.
Yeah, because the way they're built, of course, like a spiral staircase, the outside of the stair is wider than the inside, and you sometimes forget that and step in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see how these stairs are, they get really skinny here in the center and then widen out on the outside. So if you're not sticking to the outside and you happen to be a little bit closer to the center, you could definitely
hurt yourself.
Did you ever fall down these stairs? Can you tell me through this box? Yes or no?
We were let into the lighthouse tonight to try and talk to you. We're here with permission. Do you need help with anything tonight to keep the light going?
It's really windy out there right now. Those waters are pretty choppy.
It is.
All those vessels, those ships out there are relying on you to keep that light lit. To keep the oil burning. We're going to move on up the stairwell. Unless you have something to say right here.
Please leave.
Wow.
All right, we'll go upstairs then.
Noted.
We're heading up then.
You want to go here or on up?
This is where we should have been to begin with. This is a nice big wide spot right here.
Yeah. I feel like
What's your name?
We already told you our names, Ryan and Dave. My name is Ryan, and that's Dave.
By no means.
By many means, that's what our names are.
You want me to film you?
If you want to. Whoa. REM pod. Right over there. Is that you touching that green light? Can you say yes or no through this box right here?
Is that good?
Mm-hmm. If that's you touching that, can you do it one more time for us? Or maybe touch this one? All this chilly metal is making me have to pee.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I apologize. Was that too much information?
TMI.
My apologies to everyone. I didn't mean to be untoward. Where are my manners? That was funny. Excuse me. If only there was a question mark after that, so it would have went like, excuse me? What did you say?
Have some manners, young lad.
I'm telling you, I'm trying my best. I think when we get to the top, I'll turn off the regular ghost tube and put on seer just to see if anything comes through here in the tower.
It's a good idea.
It's tough. We're trying to utilize as much equipment as we can while we're in here, but as you guys can see, there's like not really any way for us to set anything up in here because it is so narrow and so confined.
Yeah, lighthouses are...
There it goes. Thank you. If that's you, can you touch that again for us?
Is there anybody in here with us? Can you... I keep feeling like I'm gonna fall.
I know you keep like, I look over and you're just like, your arms go out and you get that stance.
Yeah, I start getting vertigo. You're like, whoa. Because we're probably 40 feet in the air. If there's anybody in here who worked here for the lighthouse, a light keeper, an innkeeper, I'm not sure what to call you, actually, but if you're here, can you touch that red light one more time?
Finish.
One more time, like you have been.
Come on, man, finish. They're just giving us commands at this point.
They're very bossy here at the lighthouse.
Yeah. I personally don't know why anyone would ever call you an innkeeper, but it's not like you kept any inn or anything.
That's right.
You were the keeper of the light is what they called you.
I feel really safe in this thing, though.
I know.
With as loud as that wind is.
Yeah, because this thing is solid stone. It's not going anywhere. We can't really rely on the sounds we're hearing because of how crazy the wind is.
Yeah.
Like the doors downstairs at the bottom, I can hear them rattling.
Yeah.
Is this one of the Babcocks? Here, actually, if you want to stand right there with the REM pod, I'm going to go up for a second, and I'm going to read off the names of the light, the keepers of the light.
Good idea.
And see if anything sparks a reaction. This is how you get through here. It's just a tiny little opening. And if you're standing up on the stairs, you will literally smack your head. So you have to basically crouch as low as you can on these top stairs. And then once you're underneath, then you can stand up. All right. I'm at the top. Okay. Here is the list of all of the keepers of the light from 1825. Okay, you ready, Dave?
I'm ready.
Whew. Mr. Samuel Butler.
Was that you?
What?
I heard something go, ooh.
That was me.
Oh, okay.
I went woo because the
Look
wind
closer.
is so strong.
Okay.
Erase.
Look closer, erase. Is this Elijah Butler, who's I'm assuming Samuel's son? Is this Elijah Butler? Anything down there?
Oh, the REM pod just went off.
Elijah, is this you? Elijah, if you're here, can you go ahead and touch that light again for us?
Whoa.
Did it go off? Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, Elijah. Can you speak through that device there for us? The one that I just set down? That was interesting. It only took me 2 names before we got one that got a reaction.
Yeah, that's cool. Elijah, are you still here working the light? If you are, can you touch our red light?
I can't say.
He can't say.
That's all right.
What about Jeremiah Balk? Is Jeremiah here?
Jeremiah, do you remember working this place?
How about Nehemiah Merritt? Nehemiah Merritt.
Ryan's calling your name out.
Necklace.
If any of you gentlemen are here when he calls your name, please touch this red light right here beside me.
What about Henrik Payne?
Where are we?
We are in the Fairport Harbor Lighthouse. Olmsted Baker. How about Halsey Baker, who I'm assuming was the child of Olmsted? Seemed to be a family business being the keepers of the light, huh? Or maybe you were brother or friend with the same last name. What is family but friends with the same last name? Am I right?
That's true.
James McAdams. George Rogers. And then last but not least, we get to the Babcocks, the ones who were the keepers of the light in this very house, in this very lighthouse.
Here we go.
REM pod? Mm-hmm. Joseph Babcock. Daniel Babcock. And I'm sorry I skipped George Riker, who was between the Babcocks, between Joseph
Sin.
and Daniel. It said sin. Here, though, I'm going to set this. Oh,
Not required.
sorry.
Please do not fall on me.
Here, can you hold that?
Love.
Yes.
I'm going to run really quick to the restroom
Okay.
because I gotta go really bad.
Okay.
That's me.
All right, guys. Ryan's going back over to the place. I can't think of what it's called right now.
The quarters.
Huh?
The quarters.
I don't know what he's talking about. The court. That yeah, he was saying the quarters. Oh God! I thought I was just about to fall down 60 feet of stairs. Elijah? Are any of the keepers of the light up here with me? It's just me in here now, and I'd like to talk to you if that's possible.
On no account.
Oh, no account. I don't even know what that means. Did you spend a lot of time up here watching the water? Would it be okay if I open the door? I guess not.
I'm coming back.
Okay.
I can't see you.
I'm right up at the top of the light. Right where you go outside. To the balcony.
That was me.
Scared me.
Did the REM pod go off at all that you know of?
Nothing has happened since you left.
Really? Wow. Does Robbie ever come in here? I just heard that metal sound again.
I can't get through.
That's interesting that came through as well in succession with the I can't
Negative.
see you.
It said negative.
It said negative?
Yeah.
When did it happen?
Robbie was the Babcock's son. Joseph Babcock's son who passed away here. Okay, watching my head. Watching my head. What am I stuck on? Nothing. You have to almost be like a slinky to get in there. Whoops. Okay.
I told you it's very...
All right, I'm up here. Holy crap. Let me go ahead and make my own windshield here for my microphone. I made my own windshield for my microphone. Did you almost get blown off?
No, it's just so strong. Trying to make sure my hat doesn't blow away.
Yeah. This is so cool, though.
It is.
This is one of the perks of getting to do this, guys, getting to see these places, is you get to come around and see some of the most beautiful things in the world. See some of the most beautiful sights.
Yeah. We're looking directly at Lake Erie.
For sure.
It's pretty nice.
You can't really see it out there, I'm sure, but the
Probably
lake
not.
is out there. It's definitely out there.
That way. It's that way.
The lake is definitely... No, it's right over there. What are you talking about?
It's over there.
That's where I was pointing the camera.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It is over there. Don't tell me I don't know where the lake is. I was pointing in the right direction. Okay, let's go back inside the lighthouse before we get blown off the top of this.
Yeah. Although that would be fun.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Are we trapped?
Hold this for a second. We're locked.
Oh no.
Oh wait, don't they pull this way?
Here, I've got a key here.
Okay.
Maybe I can.
Guys, we were
front of
locked
you.
out on the top of the lighthouse.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
Dave
God.
got us back in. Okay. Okay. Back in we go. That was a close one. Oh my God.
That was. I definitely thought that we were trapped out there. Whoa!
Oh.
Now that was poltergeist activity.
Polter wind activity, more like.
Yeah. Hold on. I feel like I'm about to pass out.
Really?
Yes. Whew.
Do you need to go back down?
No. Oh, God. Everything is like white and splotchy.
We just ate, so it's not low blood sugar.
No.
Back off.
Are you close to Dave? Is that why he's feeling that?
I don't know if it's that or like the weird lighting. I can't even remember what was I even talking about.
I don't know. Are you gonna need to sit down in that chair again, you think?
I don't think so.
Okay. You wanna put the REM pod back over there then? Because I can't get it where it's at.
Oh, yeah. I'm holding a device in my hand here. I'm sure you probably have absolutely no idea what it is, because it was way, way, way well before your time. But what?
You said I'm holding a device in my hand here, and it was way, way well before your time.
Yeah, so you probably don't know what it is.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be before their time, it's well after their time.
Oh yeah. God, maybe I am about to pass out.
Can you tell what it is?
Okay, that's a little weird.
What?
It's like an underwater scene.
One of the Babcock boys drowned.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Over there?
It wasn't Robbie, it was his brother or someone else, or his cousin or someone. I have to go back and watch John's interview again to remember the relation, but it was one of the boys. Is this one of the Babcock boys?
So let me try and phrase that for you again. I'm holding a device in my hand that you have no idea what it is because you were alive well before this was invented. We've got a stormy house. But anyway, as you can see, this thing is showing me photographs. And supposedly, you're able to use your energy to show us things that mean something to you through this. So can you do that for us?
And if you don't know what a photograph is, it's a real life painting, like a portrait or a landscape. Just different images, pictures. So this was all the way back in the Butler's time. photographs weren't even really a thing back then.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the 1820s.
Yeah, they probably have no idea what this is.
What's wrong? Are you okay?
I don't know where my mic is.
He lost his microphone, folks.
Oh, it's been on the ground. I'm a mess, you guys. Sorry, what? I don't know. I thought I was about to pass out right there, and that really kind of took me out.
Yeah.
Oh!
You always make the funniest noises.
That's because I'm so awkward.
Okay. I got an image of what looks like a bunch of creepy dolls.
That's weird.
We have our own creepy doll that we're gonna bring out here once we get back over to the quarters, the lightkeeper's quarters. There she is, Miss Molly, the soon-to-be haunted doll, has the candle in her lap. We are gonna get started here. We're in the room just outside of the pilot's room, right?
Yes.
And I need to turn these lights on so that I can see. Have some of the volunteer staff here. If you guys, did you?
Okay for you?
Yeah, if you want to. It's better that you're here with us in front of the camera than back there in the other room, because then people will see that you're here.
I'll go forward.
So we got Marty and Bill and
Beth.
and Beth. That's right. I apologize, Beth.
That's okay.
I have to say someone's name 3 times before I remember what what their name actually is. So, if there's anyone here with us, my name's Ryan and this is Dave, and of course you know the 3 of them. We came all the way from West Virginia to come and talk to everyone here. We've got some lights and some toys, and I don't know, we have a doll. I'm not sure if someone's interested in dolls, but there's a doll you might be interested in playing with that has a candle in her lap. And if you get close to that candle, you can make it turn off. So the candle actually is an EMF detector, just so you guys know. So the candle, if it detects EMF, it'll actually turn off and on by itself. So if you see that candle go off, that means that it's detecting electromagnetic energy.
Is that your doll that you bring?
Yes. Yeah, that's Miss Molly. We got her a couple months ago. Probably. We haven't had any activity around her since we got her. That's why we started taking her to haunted places, because we think, you hear all these stories of haunted dolls. Like, well, if we take her to haunted places, maybe something will happen with her.
Do you like that they're keeping the lighthouse open here? Keeping it in good shape?
If you see that blue light going back and forth across the floor, can you try and catch that blue light with your hand? Grab a hold of it and see if you can catch it. Which is a good thing that we did come here, Dave, and bring this and set it up, because like you said, a cat would probably love that thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe if the ghost cat is here.
Of course you rolled it right under the cabinet, Dave.
Just like a cabinet, dude.
That's right. Here, I'll kick it back out into the middle of the floor for you. What?
Oh, I was getting ready to tell the cat to play with that, but it wouldn't understand me.
But just so, because I mentioned you asked if the blue light will turn off whenever it actually, this is called a tracer wire, so whenever you get over top of it, so if something tries to grab it.
Oh, it changes color. Wow.
So wherever the movement or the object is, it's white, and then wherever it has been turns red, so it traces and tracks movement.
Oh.
7. Only 30 more minutes until the end of watch. Ooh, the candle went out. That's...
Well, and when it did, the blue light did a little spark.
Did it go out when as that rang?
I think right after it finished ringing, that candle went out.
Mm.
Well, you can turn that candle back on by getting close to it just like that.
If there's anybody in here with us, we'd love to know if you were here. And if you are, if you could touch one of these bright lights that we have set up everywhere.
We're gonna do an EVP session here, so whenever we do the EVP session, we'll all just try and stand as still and quiet as we can, because even the slightest movement may sound like a voice on here. And then we'll see if when we play it back, any voices came back and answered the questions. So I'm gonna set this over here on this chair. EVP session at the Fairport Lighthouse. Moving away. And we're still. Is Robbie here? Or anyone from the Babcock family? Mary or Joseph? Whoa. Is that you making that light go off? Can you tell us your name?
Who's currently on shift? What was the name of your cat?
Okay, go ahead and play it back so it doesn't get to be too long. Listen to it and see if there's any responses.
Is that you making that light go off?
What is that?
Is that you making that light go off?
Do you hear that?
It's like a breath or something there.
Are you making that light go off?
I don't remember hearing that in the moment.
I don't either. It's like,
Yeah, like someone sighing almost.
play it one more time.
Whoa, REM pod just went off.
Is that you making that light go off?
I mean, we'll have to play back the cameras and see if anybody moved or anything happened at that point, like sighed or anything. I don't remember anyone sighing.
Me either.
What was the name of your cat?
Who's that?
I don't know what that is either.
I don't know either. That's strange.
That's the end, but
I have a question / idea.
okay.
If we did another EVP session like that, and maybe if the three of them would feel comfortable asking questions, maybe like every 20 seconds or so, since they know.
Yeah. Would you be willing to do that? To ask a few questions to them and see if they'll actually respond to you since they're familiar? Second EVP session at the Lighthouse. Moving and stepping away. And take the camera from Dave. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
Mrs. Babcock, what did Robbie die of? Can you tell me what disease he had? Was he sick for a long time? What's that?
That's not the wind, is it? That sounded like footsteps.
Is that something y'all are familiar with?
No.
Well, as strong as the wind's blowing, I don't know.
Was he sick for a long time? What's that?
That's not the wind, is it? That sounded like footsteps.
What's that?
That's not the wind, is it? That sounded like footsteps.
Definitely from that way.
That was weird. If that wasn't the wind, that was weird.
That was very weird.
That's strange.
Robbie, are you here?
Did you bang on the basement door last Sunday?
Do you like the painting that we've done recently? Do you feel like we made the house look better?
Who was up in the lighthouse earlier tonight?
So I didn't hear any responses on that one, but those were loud, almost like I said, if that wasn't the wind, that was...
Yeah. I don't recall hearing any other wind sounds on there, though.
No. And it sounded like it came from in here.
Mm-hmm.
Are you upstairs? If you're upstairs, can you come down and talk to us? It's almost time for end of watch. We have 2 minutes till end of watch, and at this rate, 2 minutes is going to take me that long to get. For anyone that's here listening, 2 minutes until end of watch. We have a bunch of stuff in here, a bunch of lights that you can touch, and you can make light up. Whenever you hear those 8 chimes signifying the end of watch, can you touch any one of these and speak or yell as loudly as you can into this little red light that I'm about to set up over here? This is how we'll be able to hear your voice, and we want to be able to hear your message to anyone or anything that you want to say. Rolling 3rd EVP session here at the Lighthouse. 1 minute until end of watch. So when it comes time for the end of watch, go ahead and yell as loudly as you can right here into that red light. And try and touch any of these other lights that are close by. This would happen at funerals, wouldn't it?
John wanted us to try this to see if you would communicate, so we'd love it if you could.
Did you hear the end of watch? The chimes? It's hard to tell with the wind going outside and the rattling of the windows exactly and precisely what is happening in every moment of that recording for us to be able to, fully debunk it here in the moment. Mm-hmm. So, interesting though, but because of the wind noise, we're probably going to put the audio recorder away for the night, move on to maybe a spirit box or something like that. Yeah. So, maybe we could do just really quick try if we wanted to go, one of us go down to the basement with that camera, and then everyone can stand up here and do just a quick Estes.
Yeah.
And then everyone can ask questions up here while the person in the basement answers.
Sure.
It's worth a shot.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Rolling, this is Estes. I'm in the basement. All right, so I'm down here in the basement all alone. The door to the top of the stairs is open. They're going to be asking me questions. I'm going to be listening to the spirit box, hopefully getting some sort of responses down here while they're upstairs. This should be interesting. Hopefully we can get them some answers to some of the questions they have about what's going on.
The spirits are able to use the white noise to come through and speak. So we're just going to ask questions up here. And the reason we separate is so he can't hear the questions we're asking and people can't say we're like feeding him questions or answers or something like that. So, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started with an Estes session. I'm up here with Marty, Bill, and Beth. And Ryan is down in the basement, and we're going to see if maybe we can get somebody to communicate with us. If there are any spirits here in the house, my name is Dave, and you know these three fine people here. And my friend Ryan is down in the basement. He's listening for you to speak to him. So I'm going to ask you questions. These three might ask you a question, and we'd like for you to give your response to Ryan. And he's going to tell us what you said. So if you can, we'd like to start off by knowing your name. Can you tell us what your name is?
I'm not listening yet, Dave. Hold your horses.
Oh.
I'm still trying to get the headphones down here in the dark.
Oh, tell them there's a bulb. There's light bulbs.
Okay. I got it finally plugged in. I couldn't find the headphone hole. Okay.
What an amateur.
I was like, he for sure thinks I'm already listening.
I did.
Okay.
You ready?
Now I think I've got everything plugged in properly. Let me go ahead and turn the spirit box on.
Okay.
All right, now I'm listening.
Okay. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and get started. Ryan is now listening to you. Can you come through and tell us what your name is, please? Is Robbie here? Something was touching or making this red light go off a little bit ago. Was that you?
That's me?
It just went yellow green.
Oh, it did? That's a yes. Okay. All right, so you said that was you. What's your name? Is this in fact Robbie?
Very distant voice, but it sounded like it said, yes, please.
Is it all right that we're in the building here trying to talk to you? Are you okay with that? Are any of the Babcock family here with us?
I'm not hearing anything down here.
Yeah, it's very quiet up here. I don't know if you can even...
Something just flashed. I don't know if that was the tripwire or not. I'm going to leave this right here for a second. That's me.
Ryan's going to move upstairs. I believe that was probably their sleeping quarters, right?
Green light.
Okay, I'm sweeping again.
What was the name of the cat?
Maybe, yeah.
The cat's name was Maybe. I have a feeling there's nobody here listening to us. So, if you are listening to us talk to you, and you don't want to respond back through the radio, can you try touching the red light? And we'll stop asking you questions?
Thought I heard the word house.
We don't want to upset anybody by being here. You said that Robbie died in here?
Yeah, that's our understanding.
Okay. Robbie, did you die here in the house?
Because there wouldn't have been a hospital in Fairport, I would imagine at that time.
Right.
Most people died at home, actually.
Were you sick with something? Can you try doing that one more time?
You afraid?
No, nobody here is afraid of anything or anybody in the house. There's nothing to be afraid of here. We think that maybe your spirit got stuck here after you passed away. Is that true?
Man's voice. You're right, or to your right, or something like that.
We're just curious if you have something to say.
Is this your home?
Somebody made that light go off next to the doll over there earlier. Was that you? And can you do that again for us?
Sure.
Have you checked the light? Is it still burning?
I can hear you.
Okay, if you can hear us, try and touch that red light there as well. Just to confirm. Can you do that for us?
You will stay. First.
Alright, so most of this stuff is not making any sense. So I'm gonna ask one more time and then I'm gonna go get Ryan.
You're right.
But can you please tell us what your name is? Well. The tracer wire just lit up red right there. Can't believe it's me. Were you just standing right here?
Doug.
Who's Doug?
Another man's voice. I have to review that one. It was 2 words, though.
Was Doug a relative?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Doug was a relative.
Yes. Was Doug your father?
Can't think of any Douglases.
Who was Doug related to?
Another voice there that it was very faint. I couldn't hear what they said.
Doug, did you know Robbie?
Get it? Or something like that?
Well, the light
The
went off.
candles out.
Candles out from the down.
Did you make that go off?
Whew. All the voices pretty much stopped. Interesting. Well, it seems like it's a quiet night here, since we have a 3-hour drive home here. We should probably hit the road.
Probably.
So we want to thank you guys for allowing us to come out and investigate. It was a lot of fun. And anything that we capture, of course, we find most of our evidence when we get home and listen back to stuff. So, of course, there's going to be hopefully a lot more that happened that we don't even know about yet. So, especially with the ghost chatter asking voices in the tower when we were gone. I'm excited to see if there were any responses to any of those questions while we were gone.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's been doing that. I don't know. I've never seen it do that before.
no, it's just like, it seems like something keeps very briefly standing at the end of the wire.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what would make it do that, if there's something standing there?
Yeah, it would have,
Just like that.
just like what I did there.
But you'll see, like, if I walk around it, it doesn't. You literally have to be like. I don't know why it.
But thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. If you enjoyed this investigation, make sure you leave us a comment down below, letting us know what you thought, any evidence or activity that you saw that we might have missed. Of course, don't forget to hit the like button. It helps us out more than you know. And make sure if you're new here, you subscribe to the channel because we have so many more investigations coming in the future. This is going to be an interesting year. Lots of cool locations. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Come out and check out this museum.
Come out here, come up to Cleveland, come up to Fairport Harbor, and come check out the lighthouse and the museum. It's definitely worth the trip. And you can go down to the beach and sit and look at the lake while you're up here. So we'll see you on the next investigation, on the next episode of our paranormal quest. Bye. Hey, if you enjoyed that episode, maybe click on one of these other videos and watch some more. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, click on this button right down below. We want to thank all of our YouTube members and Patreon supporters for making all of this possible. And we'll see you next time.